Okay, so this is a follow-up from my review of Overwatch 2. Now, the reason why I'm doing this follow-up is because there's some details that I wanted to speak about, because I'm rather alarmed by what I've just recently learned. So, for those who want to see the Overwatch review, I'll put a link to it in the description, so go do that before you watch this follow-up. For those who have watched that review, I'm not going to talk about what I wanted to say here in this follow-up. Largely just how consumer unfriendly Overwatch 2 actually is. So, let's take a look at this. Some people on Reddit have done the math, and it's concerning. So, as people may know, Overwatch 2 has a lot of items you can unlock. Like, hundreds if not over 1,000 sprays, hundreds of skins and whatnot. And people have done the math on, how much it all is worth in money, because you can now buy, a lot of it in real money. Of course, because, they've now got an in-game shop. Because it wouldn't be Activision if the game didn't have a functional in-game shop. So in total, all the items in Overwatch 2 tally up to about $12,000. $12,000. Let that sink in for a minute. $12,000. Not even the most expensive item in Team Fortress 2 is worth $12,000. That is mental. But I digress. It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. Ready? You can unlock all these items for free, right? Wrong. Because again, people on Reddit have done the math, and it comes to about, you would have to spend 32 weeks of free-to-play grinding to earn a legendary skin in Overwatch 2. Now, if you think that's bad enough already, it gets worse. To unlock every single item in Overwatch 2 for free, you would have to grind the game for 450 years. 450 years, or in more simpler terms, 4 centuries, 2 generations, and a decade. You would have to play Overwatch 2 until 2472 to unlock all the items for free. Diablo Immortal is the worst game in history in terms of microtransactions. Overwatch 2 is the worst game in history in the case of a false illusion of free-to-play. This is ridiculous. Honestly, it's beyond unacceptable at this point. This is a crime. I would honestly go as far to say this is probably borderline criminal. Like, loot boxes were literally made illegal. But how the hell is this legal? Like, 450 years to get all the items in Overwatch 2. That can't be legal, right? That's just wrong. It is wrong on every single aspect I can think of. Ridiculous. I mean, honestly, $12,000 to unlock everything is also just absurd. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. It's ridiculous. It's bonkers to think about. I mean, the whole $12,000 thing is really bad already. That is awful. That is beyond scummy. But 450 years to grind out all the items. Like, think of a game. Think of any game. Like, I don't know, Final Fantasy XIV, Destiny 2. Does it take 450 years to unlock all of their content? Because I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Hell, even Borderlands 3, which has over 1,000,000,000 guns. I don't think it'd take you 450 years to unlock them all. Well, okay, maybe it probably does. But you get the point. You get the point. It is ridiculous. This is wrong on every aspect I can think of. And because of that, I am actually going to take the original score I gave Overwatch 2, which if you saw the review I gave, if you haven't, it was a 7 out of 10. And I'm going to knock 2 points off that to send it to 5 out of 10. Now, I have more than one justification for that change in the score. Obviously, the first main reason is what I've just learnt about the illusion of free-to-play. Second of all, the game is absolutely pay-to-win now with the Battle Pass system. One thing I didn't really clarify upon in the original review was that by adding heroes into a Battle Pass, you make that Battle Pass pay-to-win. Especially when you add broken characters like Kiriko to that Battle Pass. Thanks, Blizzard. As well as this too, the Battle Pass is just another way to sink even more money into Overwatch, which is just despicable. Really despicable. So, there you go. And then the second justification is simply the balance in the gameplay right now. The gameplay is better than Overwatch 1. Less stuns, less crowd control, means you've got more control over combat. But right now, some characters are just outright broken and they can render the game unplayable. Moira, Kiriko, Orisa, Zarya even to some extent. Now some heroes right now will just outright break the game's balance. As well as that too, there's something missing from this new gameplay. It's like there's no flow to it anymore. Like, there's no flow. There is no more flow. All the flow that was in the original Overwatch 1 is just gone. It's just vanished. So fights just feel empty and random. They don't feel like the fights of Overwatch 1 anymore, which is strange to me. Maybe I've just lost that feeling entirely? Who knows? But either way, Overwatch 2 gets a 5 out of 10 in total rating. Those microtransactions are absurd, the grind is beyond unreasonable, the gameplay isn't all that fun anymore, and yeah, I don't know. I don't think this game's going to be alive by the end of the year. If it is, I'll be surprised. And just like that, that concludes my quick follow-up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for a non-Overwatch related video. Until then, signing off.